all-Hawaiian school. I moved to Honolulu, then I moved off to Michigan for 35 years. I just came home. In my travels, I met Dr. Aloha Piilani. And a good friend of mine from the volcano introduced me to him.
You talking about the real volcano?
I never heard the word.
Were you talking about Haleakala?
Yes.
Okay.
I never heard the word oponopono in my life.
Really?
Of course, because when I was born, I'm 86 years old. When I was born, my mother couldn't teach me because my grandparents were healers and they had to go into hiding. And so the whole family was cut off on the Hawaiian culture, on the very importance of us using ho'oponopono on the system of forgiveness. So when I did hear the word, it seemed as if I knew the word. And I got very excited. I lived with Haleakala for about 2 weeks on the Big Island at the volcano and began learning more, going to his seminars, and learned about Morna Simeona.
Yeah.
And now I practice under her and Haleakala because she was the one that transitioned the old Hawaiian system to the new, because we all evolve. And so she looked forward to the days of how can my auntie and my cousin that lives in California or my son that lives in Alaska do ho'oponopono for one another, or come home and the whole family use a system for healing whatever problem that was in the house. So ho'oponopono is problem solving. I do a card reading called the Ho'oponopono process of reading. And it takes me from the divinity to the child and the mother and father, and we all incorporate to solve your problem. Your problem is my problem, correct? Whatever I see in you that get me all, what do I have to look inside of me that's going on?
Yes.
So if you want clarity, if you want good choices, I do recommend that you learn Ho'opono. And I'm so proud today of the Hawaiians coming out, or even a person like her, come from Russia. Morna Simeona traveled the world to teach every culture the importance of Ho'oponopono. And lo and behold, you know what she learned? Every culture knows Ho'oponopono.
Yes. Yeah.
Whether they're speaking it in Japanese or Ireland, they all spoke and it connected because we all are connected.
Yes.
So I embraced it, not even learning about it, and I was living in Michigan. Nobody over there knew Ho'oponopono. I couldn't speak and have sounding board with anyone, so I had to go within myself to have my child and my mother and my father in me bring the memory back up. So I knew Ho'oponopono just by going in and asking your family to help. Your ancestors, very important, to help you to learn. So I come home to Hawaii. God says, you going home? And I said, no. I said, I have a business to run. I've got a car, I got a house, I got 3 cats, and I got 2 dogs. I cannot leave. And you know what? Every year, I get a bang on the head. Haleakala would tell me, Piilani, go home. And I said, no. Now I don't have a car, I don't have a house. 2 of my cats have died. I got my 1 dog left. Piilani, go home. No, I'm not ready. Well, one day it said, you are ready. Your dog have died. She was in the hospital. At 2 o'clock in the morning, she was on my bed and wagging her tail. And you know, she's a Yorkie with no tail, correct? They cut it off. But when she came back, she had her natural tail on. And she said, goodbye, I'm going. And then I saw me sitting up on the ceiling. And I said, what are you doing up there? And I put my hands up to bring it back. and it said, "You're going home." And I began singing, "Hawaii calls." And I woke up and they said, "Sell everything, you're going home." And that's how I ended up on Maui. Not wanting to come to Maui because the Big Island and Honolulu was my home. But God has His reason. The divine creator has a plan for you, each one of us. We're all separate beings, and we all have a separate journeys to go on. And He says, "You going home?" I says, "All right, I'm going home." I cried for one whole year. "I don't want Maui. I don't want to be here. Why did you bring me?" And then my daughter says, "Mother, you've got to go back and teach. You've got to go back and do your card readings because it's ho'oponopono problem solving." And I said, "But where?" And he told me, "Open the phone book." So I opened the phone book and I put my hand down, and it was a shop in Wailuku called the Green Lotus. And I called and she says, "Come in." She says, "This is a funny thing that happened. Yesterday I fired every circle psychic in here. And you come to my door." She says, "Give me a
God's
reading." So I gave her a
intervention.
reading and she says, "Can you start tomorrow?" And lo and behold, it was all to share Ho'oponopono with everybody that came through the door. So one day this Japanese priest came up and said to his interpreter, "Tell her I am Haumana of Morna Simeona, all the way from Japan." The Japanese people embrace Ho'oponopono. We have the biggest Ho'oponopono group is in Japan, Amsterdam, Switzerland, Pennsylvania. Some of the largest Haumanas of Morna and Haleakala is in Pennsylvania. And they're all over the world. So Ho'oponopono, when you learn it, it's for yourself, not for your children or your family. It's for you. Because when you become Ho'oponopono, you become pono. And until you become pono, you have drama in your life. You cannot make clear choices. The baby inside of you is going, "Wah, wah,"
Yep.
kicking
Inner
you.
child. Yep.
The mother is saying, "Naughty girl," or "Naughty boy," So I do encourage every one of you, because Ho'oponopono is Malama the earth. We're all out there to Malama the earth. And this is what Morna Simeona got in her meditations and in her conversations with the divine divinity. So this book, that's very special to me, I'm giving classes right now on self-identity, because it's all about you, every one of you. We, as my friend over here, Aloha, and George, we go out to teach. But it's your responsibility to take this all the way to Malama the earth and yourself.
Yes.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aunty Piilani.